In the previous two videos, we created the topo lines using SketchUp, and then we took a map that we captured also in SketchUp and applied and sized that map to the area so that we could see locations of elements. What we're going to do in this video is begin to put in surfaces that we will identify as roads. If you see right here, I've already put in there's a double road here. I haven't really broken it up much, but there's the large road there. Then there's this road here and this road here that I put in. And what I'm going to do in this video is put this road in right here that goes to this building right here. Um, now these are what we call subregions. If we go to the 3D view, they're a little bit easier to see. So in the topo, if we go to massing site, and in this topo surface, you'll see that this topo surface has been divided up, and these subregions can be used in a variety of different ways. One is that I added another material, which I'll show you. I cut a lake out here. I haven't cut the other lakes out, or the other portions of the lake. But we can basically separate or make a sub-region. There are two elements that they have. One is called subregions, and the other is actually splitting the surface, creating two surfaces. This is still considered one surface. It just has different regions in it, and the different regions allow us to then apply different surfaces, materials, and do a few minor things to it. Okay, so let's put in that road. So let's go back to our site, and here's the road right here, and it's really pretty straightforward. All you have to do is go into subregion. It wants me to save the project, and once the project's saved, now I'm ready. So I'm going to zoom in here, okay, and of course there's a variety of lines. What I need to do is create a surface that will be used to slice this existing, and I'm just going to use a spline here. And we'll just start where it looks logical. I'm going to assume there's a curve here. We can see a curve pad, and so I'm just going to kind of pick it up right here, and then we'll go out there. And to give me a little bit more control, I'm going to use snapping off, SO, and then allow me to come in here, and then I'm going to SO again. Now, of course, I can take my time and be a little bit more SO again, a little bit more precise, but I think this will be adequate for what we want to do today. So, right there, and then the road's a little bit more ill-defined right there, so it's a little bit more difficult to do. And then, so put a little curvature on it. Then, seems to be relatively straight from that point to right there. And then I'm going to put another piece of curvature in right here. And then of course the rest of the road is off scene, so I'm just going to end it right there. Now to put those arcs in, instead of using a spline, I'm going to use an arc. So I'm going to zoom in here and kind of snap to that end. Okay, and then go out here and that's good enough. Okay. To create the other side of the road, what I did in the others is all I did was do uh, an offset from the spline that I created. And that distance right there, I'm not really sure what it is, so I'm going to go up here and measure it. So if we measure from here, let's do SO again. We'll measure SO from here. So let's assume that it's going to be about, what, 20 feet, 21 feet, somewhere right in that. Well, for the sake of argument, we'll just say 20 feet at this point. And so I'm going to use offset. I'm going to set my offset to 20 feet. The other streets were 36 feet, so you can see that I created a 36-foot offset. And it doesn't exactly line up with that curve, but pretty close. Okay. And now we want to add, we got that arc there. We want that turning radius there. So let's add it in. Once again, I'm going to use a 3-point. Sometimes can be hard to snap in here. Somewhere out here. To end this, I'm just going to put a line in here. Once again, SO to stop the snapping. Because it's going off the surface, it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to trim these up using the trim tool there. Then we're going to come down here and do a similar thing. And once again, put the turning radius in here. And so here, I missed it. Turning radius. And then here's that previous subregion right there. So I'm going to go out here to that subregion and make sure that the line is pretty much on it. And then we'll run something until it's tangent to it. So that's a pretty good arc. Doesn't quite match this, but this seems to be wider than the other, so I'm not going to worry about it. Same thing here. Now, of course, the ideal is to have a survey or a GIS. I think that was something where around 44, 45. Once again, we'll zap it there. And then what I'm going to do is draw a line and snap it to that line that made up that subregion. And then I can also hit escape button in order to escape that command. And so now I have my road, and all I have to do is say, finish edit mode. And it's going to slice out from that. If I go back into the 3D drawing, now we can see I have a road that is going up here. Now that I have that surface right there, what I want to do is add a different material to it, so it will appear different than the other surfaces, or the same as these surfaces here. So I'm going to select that surface. When I do, you'll see over here it has a material option now, and I'm going to click, and the material library is going to appear. And in the material library, you can see right here that this may appear, see if I can make it appear like it. I'll go back to this. It may appear something like this. My recommendation is to click on this little and subdivide, and it'll show you the different libraries other than what's in your project. These are the materials that are in the project right now. And what I want to do is search and find an asphalt material. Now you can see I already have one actually in here, but if I go asphalt, and you can see asphalt pavement light gray, okay, you'll also see that it showed up that it also exists here in the miscellaneous, okay. And so if I wanted this material, let's say asphalt, this whatever this is right here, can I make this asphalt pavement dark? Okay, this is light gray, this is dark, that's light gray, and this is just, So I'm going to add this material to my document. When I do that, it's added here. Okay, so that's how you get these materials out of. But you've got to have this flipped from this to this. Okay, that really helps. Um, and now I'm going to select the light gray here and apply it. And now this has that light gray material. So I'm one step further to my site plan. So the next step is to then come in and put some flat surfaces in here for the other buildings that I have.